Welcome students. Today we will start our civic subject standard 7 lesson number 5 fundamental rights part 2. In previous video we have seen chapter number 4 fundamental rights part 1. Okay? Now this is fundamental rights part 2. First we will see introduction. In the last chapter, we studied some fundamental rights guaranteed by the Indian Constitution. We studied the rights of liberty, equality, and the right against exploitations. In this chapter, we shall also learn about the right to freedom of religion, cultural, and educational rights, and we shall get acquainted with the judicial protection available for the fundamental rights. First point, right to freedom of religion. India, we know, is an important secular country in the world. We have studied it in the previous classes, but you must be curious to know what the Indian Constitution says about it, isn't it? It is included in our right to freedom of religion. According to it, each Indian citizen is free to practice any religion and to establish institutions for religious reasons. In order to broaden the scope of the right to freedom of religion, two things are not permitted. Now, which are these things? First, state cannot impose religious taxes that might be used to encourage a particular religion. That is, our constitution forbids religious taxes. And second point is, religious education cannot be made compulsory in educational institutions that receive aid from the state. Okay, it has Article 25 to 28. Now, we will see what is 25, 26, 27 and 28. Okay, so the right to freedom of religion is guaranteed to all Indians by the Constitution under Articles 25 to 28. This topic, which is intertwined with the concept of secularism, is very important. Okay, so in this article we are going to see all about these rights. The Constitution of India guarantees the right to freedom of religion to not only individuals but also religious groups in India. Okay, so now fundamental rights are here. Article 25, freedom of conscience and free profession, practice and propagation of religion. Article 25 guarantees the freedom of conscience, the freedom to profess, practice and propagate religion to all citizens. The above mentioned freedoms are subject to public order, health and morality. This article also gives a provision that the state can make laws. Now, which laws they can make? So, here is that regulates and restricts any financial, economic, political or other secular activity associated with any religious practice, that provides for all for the social welfare and reform or opening up of Hindu religious institutions of a public character to all sections and classes of Hindus. Under this provision, Hindus are construed as including the people professing the Sikh, Jain or Buddhist religions, and Hindu institutions shall also be construed accordingly. Construed is what to understand the meaning of something in a particular way. Okay, so it is meaning of construed. People of the Sikh faith wearing and carrying the kirpan shall be considered as included in the profession of the Sikh religion. Got it everyone till here? This was Article 25. Now we are going to see Article 26. Now it is for freedom to manage religious affairs. Okay? So let's start. This article provides that every religious denomination has the following rights subject to morality, health and public order. Okay? First point, the right to form and maintain institutions for religious and charitable intents. Second point, the right to manage its own affairs in the matter of religion. Third point, the right to acquire the immovable and movable property. And fourth and last point, the right to administer such property according to the law. Okay, this was all about Article 26. Now Article 27 is for freedom as to payment of taxes for promotion of any particular religion. According to the Article 27 of the Constitution, there can be no taxes, the proceeds of which are directly used for the promotion and or maintenance of any particular religion or religious domination. Okay? Now next and last Article 28. It is for freedom as to attendance at religious instruct on or religious worship in certain educational institutions. This article permits educational institutions that are maintained by religious groups to disseminate religious instruction. Okay, so first point is, this provides that no religious instruction shall be provided in state-run educational institutions. Educational institutions administered by the state but that were established under any endowment or trust which requires that religious instruction shall be imparted in such institutions are exempt from the above clause, means that no religious instruction shall be provided. Okay, any person who attends any educational institution recognized by the state or receiving state aid shall not be required to participate in any religious instructions that may be imparted in such institution or also attend any religious worship in such institutions unless he or she has given consent for the same. In the case of minors, the guardians should have given consent for the same. Got it till here everyone? Okay. Now we should know something about secularism. I will tell you not everything but for something about secularism. What is exact secularism? Okay? Okay. The word secularism means separate from religion. Okay, so it entails the separation of religion from the government, social, economic and cultural aspects of life. Here, religion is an entirely personal matter. India is a secular country with no state religion. However, this in India also means that there is equal respect for all religions and faiths. The word is also a part of the basic structure of the Constitution. It was added by the 42 amendment, means 42nd amendments to the Constitution. Okay, so this concept enjoys high regard in Indian democracy. Secularism has also been an inalienable part of Indian culture as seen by the multitude of faiths that have coexisted in this country for centuries. All religious groups in India have the same powers without any discrimination. Got it? What is exact secularism? I hope students you have understood till here. See, freedom of religion or religious liberty is a principle that supports the freedom of an individual or community in public or private to manifest religion or belief in teaching, practice, worship, and observance. It also includes the freedom to change one's religion or beliefs, the right not to profess any religion or belief or not to practice a religion. Freedom of religion is considered by many people and most nations to be fundamental human rights. Got it, everyone? So, in a country with a state religion, freedom of religion is generally considered to mean that the government permits religious practices of other sects besides the state religion and does not persecute believers in other faiths. Freedom of belief is different. It allows the right to believe what a person, group, or religion wishes, but it does not necessarily allow the right to practice the religion or belief openly and outwardly in a public manner, a central facet of religious freedom. Got it? Okay, students, now we will revise what we have learned in right to freedom of religion. So I have said you there are 25 to 28 articles. Okay, so now we will revise, then we will see again what is there in article 25. So first, freedom of conscience and free profession, practice and propagation of religion. And what is about article 26? Freedom to manage religious affairs. Article 27 prohibits taxes on religious grounds. And Article 28 freedom as to attendance at religious ceremonies in certain educational institutions. I hope student you have understood this video about freedom to religion. Thank you.